Hey YouTube. So I put these panels on here and I decided to weld them. So they're welded in place and I've covered the welds with fiberglass short strand filler. Okay? I've welded this panel in place too, this one. Covered the welds with a fiberglass filler. Now that fiberglass is waterproof, and what's good about that stuff is it's not going to allow water to come through from the back so easily. But I will put some undercoating under the wheel well here and stuff before I'm finished. So now I'm working on this next piece here. Alright, so to give you a better view there, that's the rear rocker panel or the lower quarter, whatever you want to call it. I cut out some metal there to find out where it's really bad. Apparently this thing had been hit once before because there's like a hole here for where they pulled the metal out, and the metal's good, but if you look at this rusty area here, I've always said this and a lot of people argue with me about it. Bondo, regular Bondo, allows moisture to go through it, especially if the paint's been wore off of it. And you can see that even though they Bondoed that, it got rusty underneath the Bondo. Whereas if you check the regular paint, you know, it's not rusty under there, except for at the bottom here where the water's allowed to, you know, work its way in, and then it just rests on that. So anyway, here's what I started doing with that. I made a template. Oh, my workbench is a disaster. I didn't have no time this weekend to clean my garage other than vacuum the floor. Anyway, this is a template for the panel. What I got here is, you can see, I should get this camera back further. You can see that I got the poster board there. It has the shape of the fender there. It also tapers a little bit on its way back. Now, this pattern isn't as big as I wanted. I actually added, the pattern ended here. Let me just set this down a second. The pattern that I have ended here, but I'm wrapping it around to somewhere in here. I don't want to go around this because there's already a clearance problem here with this thing, and I don't want to be tearing all that apart. So I'll probably end the panel here and then just blend it in with body filler. I'm going to have to take this bumper off. Apparently the bumper was hit on this side because I only got like 1/4 of an inch of play there to work with. This one here's got, you know, more like a 3/4 to an inch. So anyway, I took the panel, the template, and I transferred that to my piece of metal here. Okay? So you can see this metal's a lot longer than what that was, that template was. So the metal, I ran it through the English wheel a couple times, and what I'm doing is I'm starting, and you can see it there, I'm starting to get the curve of the panel. So when I put this on here to test it, you can see that the top part of it there is not bad, but at the bottom, somewhere, I'm trying to hold this guy and point at the same time, but anyway, somewhere right where my finger is there is where it has to start turning harder to match that body panel. So I need to mark that and then roll it in the same direction I've been rolling it on the English wheel to get it to curve a little harder on the bottom. So that's what I'm going to do now, and it's on a taper though. The top of this is straight, the panel, but the bottom here sort of tapers on a curve upward. So you can see that that's narrower at that end than it is at this end. So I'm going to have to watch how I do this. It's going to be on a little bit of a curve or an arc sort of to get that right turn in there. Alright? And then after I do that, I'm going to have to bend this to fit around the fender, and I'm going to have to bend that other end to wrap harder around this part of the panel here. This is going to be a pretty hard turn. This shape here going down, that's not the hard part. The hard part's going to be pulling this into there, especially to get it in the right place, because I do have to have it hook onto here and still wrap around here nicely so you can't see it. So anyway, that's what I'm working on next. I'll let you see it when I get it done, because this camera just doesn't hold up for more than about 10 minutes. Okay, so not looking bad. That body putty I can handle. I got to sand that down a little bit, the fiberglass, and then I put some body putty on there, shape everything up, and then I can primer the whole thing. Got to do the same thing here, and then the opposite side needs it. I might take this bumper off. I got to see how badly it's rusted and everything else on there. I don't know if I can get this. Might be able to get the plastic off easy, but I got to see which one's the easiest way to get it taken apart. So, all right, that's it for now. I'll let you know how we do with this panel. Bye.